Are you ready for a chilling tale that will keep you up at night? Join us on Midnight Murmurs for our latest story, Nightmares and Fears. This psychological thriller will take you on a journey through the depths of the human mind and leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about fear. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more spine-tingling stories that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Chapter 1: Nightmares and Fears. Welcome to Nightmares and Fears, where we'll be delving into the twisted world of dreams and nightmares. Timmy's journey is just the beginning as we take a closer look at the fears that haunt us all. From the terror of the unknown to the horrors of our past, we'll examine the darkest corners of the human psyche and see how they can manifest in our subconscious. As we follow Timmy through his struggles, we'll explore the power of fear and how it can consume us if left unchecked. But fear can also be a powerful motivator, driving us to overcome our greatest challenges and emerge stronger on the other side. We'll see how Timmy learns to face his fears head-on, and how his journey can inspire us all to do the same. So buckle up and prepare to enter a world of terror and uncertainty, where nightmares come to life and the only way out is through. Nightmares and Fears is not for the faint of heart, but for those brave enough to face their own demons and emerge victorious. Let the journey begin. The Sandman had been lurking in the shadows of Timmy's dreams for weeks, a silent observer of his deepest fears and anxieties. Timmy had always been a troubled sleeper, plagued by chronic nightmares that left him feeling exhausted and terrified. But the Sandman was different, more real than any of the other monsters that had haunted him in the past. At first, he appeared as nothing more than a vague figure in the distance, a dark silhouette against the backdrop of Timmy's dreams. But with each passing night, he drew closer and closer, his presence growing stronger and more oppressive. Timmy could feel his cold breath on his neck, hear his whispered taunts in his ear. The Sandman was a creature of nightmares, a twisted amalgamation of all the things that Timmy feared the most. He had long, spindly fingers that reached out to grasp at him, razor-sharp claws that scraped against the walls of his mind. His eyes were hollow pits of darkness, filled with a malevolent gleam that promised only pain and suffering. As the Sandman's power grew, Timmy's own grip on reality began to slip. He struggled to separate the dreams from the waking world, unsure of what was real and what was merely a figment of his imagination. The Sandman had taken over his mind, twisting and distorting his thoughts until he could no longer trust his own perceptions. In the end, there was no escaping the Sandman's grip. Timmy was consumed by his own fears, trapped in a never-ending cycle of torment and despair. And the Sandman laughed, a low, sinister sound that echoed through the emptiness of Timmy's shattered mind. Timmy's nightmares are not just about the Sandman. They are also about the traumas he has experienced in his past, which have left deep scars on his psyche. As we delve into these traumas, we can see how they have affected Timmy's ability to cope with his fears and anxieties. One of the most traumatic events in Timmy's past was the death of his mother. She died suddenly in a car accident, leaving Timmy alone with his father, who was never really able to fill the void left by her absence. Timmy was left to deal with his grief and confusion on his own, and this experience has haunted him ever since. Another significant event in Timmy's past was the bullying he endured in school. Timmy was always a quiet and sensitive child, which made him an easy target for bullies. They would tease him, call him names, and even physically assault him. Timmy felt powerless to stop them and was left with a deep sense of shame and inadequacy. These traumas have had a profound effect on Timmy's ability to cope with his fears and anxieties. He has developed a deep-seated sense of insecurity and vulnerability, which manifests itself in his nightmares. In these dreams, he is constantly being pursued by the Sandman, who represents all of his fears and anxieties rolled into one. The demons of Timmy's past continue to haunt him even as he tries to move forward with his life. He is constantly struggling to overcome his fears and anxieties, but the traumas he has experienced have left deep scars on his psyche. It is only by confronting these demons head-on that Timmy will be able to find the strength and courage to move forward and overcome his nightmares. The journey to overcome nightmares is a treacherous one, filled with uncertainty, fear, and doubts. It's like walking through a dark forest, not knowing what lurks behind every tree, and not being sure if you'll ever find your way out. But Timmy is a brave soul, and he's ready to face his fears head-on. The first step in Timmy's journey to overcoming his nightmares is therapy. He seeks the help of a professional who specializes in treating trauma and anxiety disorders. Together, they delve deep into Timmy's past, exploring the root causes of his nightmares and fears. It's not an easy process, and there are times when Timmy feels like giving up, but he perseveres. Through therapy, Timmy learns to confront his demons and process his emotions. He realizes that his nightmares are not something to be ashamed of, but rather a manifestation of his inner turmoil. He also learns coping mechanisms to deal with the stress and anxiety that trigger his nightmares. But therapy alone is not enough. Timmy knows that he needs to face his fears head-on if he wants to overcome his nightmares. So he begins exposing himself to situations that once frightened him. He starts small, like sleeping with the lights off or watching a scary movie. Gradually, he works his way up to more challenging tasks, like visiting haunted houses or walking through dark alleys at night. As he faces his fears, Timmy begins to feel a sense of control over his mind. His nightmares become less frequent and less intense, and he's finally able to get a good night's sleep. He also discovers that he's not alone in his struggles, and that many people have gone through similar experiences. In the end, Timmy realizes that overcoming his nightmares was not just about conquering his fears, but also about accepting himself and his past. He learns that he is stronger than he ever imagined and that he has the power to shape his own destiny. His journey is a testament to the human spirit and the resilience of the human mind. As the story unfolds, we see Timmy confront his fears and anxieties, facing them head-on with bravery and determination. He shows us that even in the darkest of moments, there is always a way to overcome our deepest fears and regain control of our lives. Throughout the story, we are reminded of the immense power of the human mind, both in its ability to create nightmares and in its capacity to overcome them. We see the transformative power of courage, resilience, and perseverance, and are left with a sense of hope and optimism in the face of even the most terrifying challenges. Thank you for joining us on Midnight Murmurs for Nightmares and Fears. We hope you enjoyed this spine-tingling journey through the darkest corners of the human mind. If you're craving more scary stories, Be sure to check out our channel and hit that subscribe button so you never miss a new release. And don't forget to leave a comment below to let us know what you thought of the story. See you next time on Midnight Murmurs.